If you have a business and particularly a website, you might be making a mistake or have made the mistake that I've currently just realized I've been making. And I am absolutely halting a lot of the traffic, making people leave the website. Maybe leads just totally fall dead. And it's because of one particular reason. I want to share with you what that is. And it's particularly not designing your website and thinking and creating everything around how you're viewed online being mobile first. So let me share with you what's going on. Now, this is my motion graphics website. It is viewed quite a bit by producers from their desktop. However, the majority of viewers is actually still from mobile, which is odd to me. Now, I think it looks beautiful. And if you were to say, go to the show reel and see my motion graphics, you can see what's going on here. I have a story, I have these images with baked in text, so on, email me, great, and I have another section. Now, what's the problem with this? Well, let's take a look at what this would look like in mobile view. So now we're looking at it as if a viewer would on their phone. It's skinny and it's okay. You go through, but then all of a sudden there's this huge picture of me looking kind of egotistical. The text is kind of small relatively. And then again, Kid Cudi, and then it's just like weird, another huge picture of me. What is going on? This doesn't really scream professional anymore when it did before. And yes, partially that is due to the design, but it's because I was designing for it to be seen with a wide landscape 16:9, whatever. I didn't design it to be seen on mobile. And as a creative, as a person who thinks from a computer, I'm always thinking, well, mobile is just garbage. Mobile is just whatever. Nobody cares. Like, it's just a set afterthought. And that's where I'm totally wrong with everything. And you might be too. And you might want to think, hey, let's redo everything thinking mobile first, because it is. And everybody's transferring to mobile over the years and already using it. So let's look at another example of how this can work for you. Now, here is a desktop version that I'm currently reworking for mobile, but this is the desktop version. I'm going to show you why it doesn't really matter. I'm designing it. The text is too small, so on. This is fine. I didn't design it for this. I can update, I can get rid of spaces. I can do some things rather easily when it's desktop because there's more control. There can be more design and orientation things that we can do. That's the thing, is we can go further for desktop and fix the way we want it for desktop. But let's take a look at how I've actually designed it with mobile in mind. So this is the mobile layout that I have been reworking it and thinking of this design, this amount of scrolling, how big things are first, because everybody's going to be seeing it here. We want to convert the leads from here, not the desktop. Like, this is first. This is where the traffic is. So everything I'm thinking from now on, even YouTube videos, like how big I am in the screen, how big the text is, all of that is thinking this will be viewed on a tiny phone in somebody's hand, not on a television, not on whatever. So we want to think that way. So if I'm looking here and I scroll, I go, okay, cool. Text is fine, it's legible, it's whatever, it's short, sweet, it's not too much scrolling. When I skim, I can kind of get the idea. It's okay, this might need to be a little cleaned up, it's too much text. Oh, okay, plus, I'm not even really looking at it, but I'm like, oh, okay, free stuff, oh, wow, okay. And I'm just getting an idea, and I'm just scrolling, getting ideas. But the general layout is very, very much aimed for mobile, and that's kind of the idea. Is like, how can we optimize and think of the actual viewer's use case? And then I even have a thing to get back to the top, because on mobile, you're scrolling way more. We got to think, this person's going to scroll, scroll, scroll. We always scan a website before we do something. Have it back to the top. I literally changed it so that's the home page, that back to top just goes up. And then same, if I have like, when a button I say I want in, it goes to the pricing. I'm jumping around and I'm setting up these things with mobile in mind, because that's the whole thinking. Everything's got to come down to mobile first. And if you're not doing that and you're not thinking that, you're probably leaving money on the table. You're dropping off customers where otherwise they may be intrigued and maybe just even just like you a little bit more and feel a little bit better. Now, do I have a long way to go with this? Sure, but that's not the point. I'm not saying this is a perfect website. I'm saying it's the concept overall of thinking, hey, how are they actually experiencing you online? If you have a screen capture and you're moving around on Loom or something, are they actually being able to see the text? Are you zoomed in enough so that they can see it on their phone, plus you in the corner, plus a mouse? Like, you got to think ahead of what is the experience for them. Take yourself out and take out the idea of what's cool, what's beautiful, what's artistic, and think, how are they actually going to understand this? Is it big enough? Is it the scale for mobile device? So that is the whole thinking. It's very straightforward, but I really, really found this a difficult thing for me to overcome because I just don't care about mobile. I don't use mobile. I never look at websites on mobile. I don't use the phone other than texting, basically. And I am the outlier. And I would have to say that most creatives or people creating these things and businessmen don't really use their mobile for actual consumption of product and browsing. We're always pretty much busy working and creating on our computers or whatever. So something to consider. Just go mobile first. Till next time, cheers.